Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today I'll be doing a 4-in-1 reaction to the Dave Matthews Band. We're going to be checking out the songs Proudest Monkey and Satellite. That will be the first two that we check out. They kind of come as a package duo. Then we'll follow it up with Rhyme and Reason, and lastly end the reaction with a performance of Drive In, Drive Out. I hope you guys are excited for this one, and I hope you enjoy my reactions. I spend a lot of time every day filming reactions and trying to put out the highest quality stuff. So all that I ask that you do is, drop a like below, drop a comment for the algorithm, all that good stuff. It helps me out a ton and helps put Dave Matthews into the algorithm for the rest of the world. But yeah, I'm excited to check this out today. Before we do jump in though, a massive thank you to Craig the Loyal for making this donation request. Thank you so much, Craig. And now we jump in.
Hope you have a good time. In this tree.
That's a delicate start.
Me, oh, I am bounce around so well, branch to branch, randomly you see.
I sort of need the crowd chatter to die down so I can hear Dave more.
In our day's dream, I am stuck like the other monkeys here.
But I do hear some people singing along. I appreciate
Me,
that.
I am a humble monkey, sitting up in my tree again.
I think this is 3/4, if I'm counting correctly.
Then came the day I climbed out of these safe limbs,
I don't know, the time signature is
ventured away,
not obvious to me for some reason.
walking tall, head high up and singing. I went to the city, car horns, corners and the gritty. And now I am the proudest monkey you ever seen. No monkey could do, yeah.
Oh. I don't even know how to describe this. The ramping of this song has been so gradual. It's perfect for like a late night jazzy bar setting. The lights are dimmed. People are just there enjoying good conversation, good music. the sustain on that from Rashawn is just impressive. As a former trumpet player, I can confirm I was in 5th grade and 7th grade, but still.
Staring at myself, I turned into question me. I wonder, do I want the simple, simple life that I once lived in way back then?
You know, the more and more I just start thinking of good music, and specifically Dave Matthews Band songs, as musical conversations, the more everything makes sense.
I once lived in way back then. You know, things they were so quiet then. In a way, those were my better days. But now I am the proudest monkey you ever seen.
Oh, do we get a Tim solo right now? I co-sign. I know there's so much of Tim's playing ability I don't understand, but how does he do that? The shred out of nowhere. Guitar players hate him and love him at the same time, man. So good. Chills. Oh my God. Dude, if this is how we're gonna start the 4-in-1 DMB reaction with a Tim solo like that, I'm simply not gonna make it through this one, which is fine. I don't mind dying halfway through and getting resurrected to the sound of DMB. You know what's really impressive about that guitar solo, besides the chops that it takes to play that and how good it sounds? It's the fact that he is coming up with that solo. It is such an exercise in creativity against a backdrop, a musical backing track, if you will, that is fairly simple. If you actually listen to what Tim is playing versus what the instruments are doing underneath Tim in that moment, or in those several minutes of Tim's solo, they aren't doing all that much. They're very consistent. There's not much movement in the underlying melody. The only real modification I noticed is when the brass started to enter, but even then they're only adding little accented notes here and there. All of the narrative of that solo came from Tim himself. It's just a wild thing to like realize. This is what guitar players train for. It's a solo over the best backing track ever. Oh, what is he doing? He's like picking the strings here, needling them. Oh wow. Oh, he is in that high part of his falsetto. That breathy falsetto there. It just lifts you up. Interesting. Really, this has been a almost like full instrumental track. So much of this track has been resting on these little ambient moments that just fade in, swell up, fade out. Proudest monkey, and here comes Satellite. I know so many people love this riff. We have like 3 parallel melodies here. We got Jeff, we got Boyd, Dave. So Boyd and Jeff are...
My eyes like a diamond in the sky. How I wonder, satellite strong from the moon, and the world you balloon. We break down for the molestation. Winter's cold, spring races.
I was going to say earlier, Jeff and Boyd were playing the same melody. What a full drum sound here.
Satellite is in my heart. Tell me more. Who's the king of your satellite castle? Winter's cold, spring races, and we're good. Away by the storm station. Everything good needs replacing. Look up, look down, all around.
also identify in my mind what is the time signature of this one. It feels like I'm able to count up to 6 and then we reset, but I need to go back and hear it more precisely.
Satellite strong from the moon and the world your balloon keeping time for the molestation. When class cold spring races and let go away by the stars chasing everything needs replacing. Look up, look down, all around, satellite. Rest high above the cloud, no restriction, television, we bounce round the world and while I spend five senses reeling, I laugh about the Switzerland satellite eye.
I love that song. I love the high moments in Satellites as well. I notice those high moments definitely when Dave is reaching for those falsetto notes and hits them effortlessly. Sometimes it feels like more of a strain, but I think it's more of like the performance aspect that makes it look strained, because he is just pulling up his chest voice and really letting his like support carry him through, and then still he's able to play and exude that emotion when he is, inevitably hitting those falsetto notes. I really like those apex moments. I also like when the horns are accenting those high notes as well. And I guess you could say the same thing about when Carter accents the horns, accenting those highs. Those definitely all individually felt like the high moments for me. And then, of course, we can't neglect him previously in Proudest Monkey, but, we'll consider these two disconnected, separated songs just for the purpose of comprehension, I guess, and discussion. But I like this song a lot. It is a simple riff, simple melody. When I first heard it, I was kind of shocked to realize how famous this actual riff was. I've heard actually many people reference the Dave Matthews Satellite riff and this song, even outside of me knowing about the Dave Matthews Band. Prior to my reactions, this was a riff that I had and a song that I'd heard of existing before actually listening to it myself. And it is very simple, all things considered, but it really gets the job done, and it almost feels like a feather falling with each violin. Is it the bow stroke? I don't know what they call it for violin. Do 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 do. There's the movement just downwards in Boyd's violin, and there's the movement upwards in the brass. And I even love the moments of Carter and Dave harmonizing there. Again, it is a musical conversation, so with that lens, everybody gets to participate when they feel is appropriate without overstepping, without interrupting unnecessarily. I've always like prided myself in being a good conversationalist, but I do catch myself at times speaking way too much, trying to like generate too many unique thoughts. I can even say the same thing about my own reactions. I try to find that balance. And musically, DMB, they've got that balance down pat. So that was Proudest Monkey and Satellite. Let's jump into the next one here. This is from the Central Park concert, Rhyme and Reason. Let's begin. That is a cool riff. And it's perfectly loopable, as many Dave riffs are. Just give me 2 measures and a guitar.
Oh well, so here we stand, still we stand for nothing. My heart called to me in my sleep, but I cannot turn to it, 'cause I'm all locked up in this dark place, and I do not know what I'm good at still. My head aches so wild damn tired up. I need to kill this pain. I can't leave my head alone. I don't believe it well till I'm dead and gone. My head won't leave my head alone. I don't believe it well till I'm 6 feet underground.
Ooh. It gets it gets kind of gritty there.
How long I'm tired of my mind and knots of my stomach real, in concern of what I might do or what I've done.
It's like this song, the bones of this song is this riff, and all of the scaffolding around it is every other instrument, is the voice. But everything hinges on this riff being played throughout, being played consistently. You know, even like, imagine like when you're writing the song in the studio, you can just like play it perfectly one time and then just loop it, cut and paste it however many times you'd like. When you're playing live, granted, if you're not using like a backing track or something, you just have to play this perfectly the entire way through. It's one of the reasons like Dave is such an underrated guitarist, because he finds these really intricate riffs and voicings and shapes on his guitar and then plays them ad nauseum. Really cool stuff.
Real, in concern of what I might do or what I've done. It's got me living in fear to die.
Oh, and you hear Carter underneath.
These voices must be my soul. I've had enough of being alone, but I got no fucking place to go. My head won't leave my head alone. I don't believe it well till I'm dead and gone. My head won't leave my head alone. I don't believe it well till I'm 6 feet underground. In my grave, not yet, trapped, stunned and wild. In my grave, needed to be
And then he just dials it all the way back. That's fun.
so I can so young, but here I am again, talking to myself as the TV plays. Oh man, the horror I wish I didn't.
Now he's sort of playing a muted version of this riff. Man, everything hinges on this riff.
Here I am again,
This is a fun one to learn.
talking to myself as the this needle in my vein, my friend. I say, I won't leave my head alone. I don't believe it will till I'm dead and gone. My head won't leave my head alone. I don't believe it will till I'm 6 feet underground in my grave, lying, drops out and wild in my grave. My reason to get their head off. All this terror, I'm raging. I come back, I have to say my mind's all wiped clean. And the needle, she is my great escape. I feel caught in time. My head, it leaves me behind. Oh, my body falls cold I see how.
It's a great like cathartic ending to that song because there's so much emotional tension being built throughout, and it comes out in moments where Dave is just shouting, screaming, letting it out in in this like angsty kind of vocal delivery. It's one of my favorite kind of, I guess, vocal stylings that Dave uses when he just lets his voice kind of rip apart and shout and get loud and emotional. It creates some of those like biggest highlight moments for me when I listen to DMB, and it always works well. I think just with most music, just shouting out, being emotional, being authentic works. But the reason why it works so much better in the context of DMB than I would say any other band really out there outside of like the metalcore and whatever kind of world where screamo is more commonplace, it's because we get these moments of reprieve as well. It is not just shouting and yelling the entire time. There's melody underlying it. It is one of the reasons why metalcore is one of my favorite genres, because there is this beautiful dance in all of metalcore songs. Well, not all of metalcore songs, but a lot, we'll say. To caveat it, it's a beautiful dance between like beautiful vocal melody in certain sections that switch into harsh vocals that let out a lot of that energy, but then back again to the sweet vocals, and then again to the harshness. Back and forth you go, and you just go round and round. And when you're in DMB, you have so many other instrumentalists around the voice to make it that much more interesting and impactful. That's kind of what I hear and feel when I listen to a song like Rhyme and Reason. But man, these reactions, or these songs we've been reacting to today, have been very fun. We still have one more to check out here. This one is called Drive In and Drive Out. But if you are enjoying the reaction and would like to make a request yourself, please hit the first link in the description box below. Best way to support my channel. Now, let's check it out. Drive In, Drive Out. A much younger Dave. We're in 3/4, 3/4.
Cause the world just will not change. Throw it all on the fire again. so bad.
Stylistically, this reminds me of Rhyme and Reason a little bit, where a big part of the focus is on this riff Dave is playing, but then you got Boyd on his flank adding this flurry of bow strokes. I gotta find a name for that. That should be the name, right?
Yes, I do it for you.
I sure hope it is.
All that I want is so bad that to be by myself again. It's going to drive me right out of my head. Driving
Oh,
on leaving.
great drop into the chorus.
Driving out, I come back again. Driving out, I'm leaving. Driving out, don't care just because we turned to dust. You see, 'cause you and me are made of flesh and blood. Die we must. All about the struggle go round and you are this lost. Place your bed, nothing more than heartbeat lost. The boy won't roll sooner or later we're gone. Sooner or later because sooner or later we're gone. Sooner or will.
Oh,
My head is pounding now.
section change.
God, it seems, has left us behind.
Oh man, I feel like... Okay. I go back and forth in my brain of pretending like I understand DMB and actually understanding them and then not understanding them. It's like all of those three, and I'm never lying, right? I do my best to understand. For some reason, everything that I learned about DMB from Rhyme and Reason, it's applying here in a way that still doesn't fit in my brain. So like whatever mental schema I've contrived to try to understand what I heard in Rhyme and Reason, and you know, the entire journey of DMB I've been on so far, it is not applying to this song, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the way that the song is mixed that's making it harder for me to like understand where we're going melodically or structurally. But this one is like not easy for me to like wrap my brain around, I guess. Do you guys feel similarly about this one? Well, keep listening. I'll try to figure it out. But either way, I'm enjoying.
God, it seems, has left us behind. But why should we worry? We're just toiling in trouble. You and me make up a brand new God of our own. Driving, drive out, I'm leaving. Driving, drive out, I come.
Oh,
Driving, drive out, I'm leaving. Driving, drive out.
whoa. Whoa. What is this this time signature? Dude, the rhythm here is hard. I don't know.
arrangements you've got here. Some kind of hopeless emptiness inside of me makes me echo, echo, please fill me up, please. Driving, drive out on leaving. Driving, drive out on driving, drive out on leaving. Driving, drive
Dude. It's an entirely new section and vibe. Whoa. I see how this section is building. With Carter especially. See, that one, it's a cool song. As I said, it's not readily apparent to me what like feel or structure or I guess musical narrative would be the best terminology in this moment, what the musical narrative of this song is meant to be. Not that there isn't one, it's just hard for me to like put words to the feeling I have. It almost feels like this last one here was 3 disconnected songs. Like each section that was distinct from one another almost felt like you could splice them from 3 separate DMB songs and append them together in a way that constructs what we heard in Drive In, Drive Out. But it still flows together well. It's not as disconnected as that implies. And I'm going to bring up a concept in programming, and I don't want to get it wrong. Let's see. You want, in programming, I think there's a concept of cohesion and coupling. You want, I think it's high cohesion and low coupling, something like that. Hold on, let me find it, because it applies, I swear. Low in coupling and high in cohesion. So the idea is you don't attach many different things together if they have overlapping uses or uses that are irrelevant to the underlying subject matter, and the subject matter would be like the code functionality you're looking for. But high in cohesion means everything that belongs to that idea is consistent within itself. And basically if I were to like define a dog, well, animals, they have various amount of legs, but dogs are very particular in that they love to like wave their tail when they're happy. So you could define an overall animal category that, you can change the attributes underlying, like number of legs, facial structure, whatever, but then particular to dogs would be the fact that they wag their tails while they're happy. And that would be an example of, cohesion and coupling. And then you can even abstract things further and create more structures like the entire animal kingdom, and then you qualify different levels as like in that taxonomy. And man, I don't know why I began down this road. All I'm trying to say is that those 3 disconnected section feelings are like an example of low coupling, high cohesion, but also it's not like low coupling. It probably is some kind of like medium coupling. See, now I really don't know why I brought this up, because if I defeat the purpose of my own analogy, is it even worth bringing up? Anyways, it was a fun song to listen to. Definitely the most confusing to me out of the 4 that we heard, but again, enjoyable nonetheless. I think the high moment in this entire reaction set for me was the Tim solo, man, and Dave's screaming and shouting in Rhyme and Reason as well. Just those 2 guys never cease to amaze. It's really fun. Really fun, man. Good vibes over here. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did and would like to make a request yourself, again, you can do so by clicking the first link down below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.